Welcome to Momentum, a motorsports podcast powered by High Gear Success. I'm your host, Heather Wilson Schiltz. Here we share the stories and strategies that keep the world of motorsports moving forward. And in this first episode, I wanted to give you a little bit of background about myself and how this podcast came to be. So our weekends growing up were really spent running gas for dad on enduros or camping and riding dirt bikes as kids at the local motorcycle club grounds that my parents were members of. As I got older, I knew that I wanted to apply my passion for the industry with a career, and that's when I decided to study journalism at Ohio University. When I graduated from there, I got a job with the Motorcycle Industry Council, moved across the country to California, and worked as a communication specialist there for a while. It was pretty quickly, but I felt that California was definitely not my vibe as a Midwest girl, although I did enjoy the weather. And so I moved back home to Ohio and started working for the American Motorcyclists Association and worked there for a number of years before starting my own business called High Gear Success several years ago. So in that business now, I get to help motorsports companies, event organizers, and racers get noticed, improve their operations, and increase their revenue, which is so fun to do, to apply all my knowledge that I have as a rider and as a writer, as a PR marketing strategist to help these companies and individuals really just take their racing career or their companies to the next level. Next, I wanted to kind of talk about the podcast name and where that came from. So as a kid growing up, I was a more cautious rider, I would say. As often I would be, locking up the brakes, sliding down a hill because I was just overly cautious. And so my dad would always ask me, "Who's your friend?" To which I would have to reply, "Momentum." And so I thought it was a really fitting name for this podcast, both relating to my motorcycling experience and that we need the momentum to really get us down the trail, or also life. But enough about me. We're going to share the stories and strategies that keep the world of motorsports moving forward. We're going to cover all different types of racing, of riding, different machines, from motorcycles to side-by-sides to ATVs and beyond. I'm going to have some guest interviews where we're really going to dive into people's backgrounds in the industry, whether they grew up in it like I did, or they got to start later in life. People that are racers, people that are event organizers, people that work for corporate companies, and even volunteers who just dedicate their time to helping other people have a good time out at rides and races. So that will be coming up on this podcast, as well as advice and mini trainings for topics related to motorcycling. So event organizing or getting sponsored as a racer, I will incorporate those into the episodes as well. If you want to connect or recommend a guest, head to MomentumMotorsportsPodcast.com. And until next time, keep the momentum rolling.